Oh man, what's up, you guys? So, I just out of the blue decided to make a video, and basically this topic is stuff I wish I could accomplish. So, there's so many things I enjoy. There's stuff that I wish I could accomplish if I had the tools to make it work, such as qualification. There's stuff I wish I could accomplish, but there's different qualifications to it that I may or may not have. Yeah. Also, I have my television playing in the background, so just ignore that. It's like 10:27 and p.m. right now. I leave for the airport tomorrow to go back to Arizona, and I'm experiencing extreme excitement from that because I am a sucker for a good flight, even when it involved I was going out of my favorite airport, Chicago O'Hare. I just love Chicago O'Hare so much. It's one of the best damn airports on the planet. Anyway, back to the topic. So, there's so many things I wish I could accomplish, and maybe I will be able to someday. Like working somewhere in like the medical field, because I absolutely love hospitals, and there's so many different in positions, and I don't want to do something too hard, like being a surgeon, and that would be way too hard for me. I want to do stuff maybe like either transporter or something that does interest me is being an allergy specialist. There's something about that I can't quite put my finger on it, but it feels like something very interesting. Because I know quite a lot about what allergy is, considering I have a nut allergy that I really wish I didn't have. But I know you can get allergies from like so many different things, and not just stuff that is food related. You can get it from like dogs, cats, grass, medicine, and all kinds of things. You never know. But obviously the main ones are part of the allergy food group, which mainly consists of different foods. It's from peanuts, tree nuts, dairy, soy, eggs, wheat, shellfish, finfish, all that jazz. And aside from peanuts and tree nuts that I have, I also have penicillin. I think penicillin is the main allergy in the medicine category. At least I think so. But that's something I'd probably be able to handle if I learn quite a lot about it. I could also I could also probably be like a paramedic. Of course, I would need all those qualifications to become one of those, and of course, a driver's license. In fact, I'm actually in the works of getting a driver's license. I succeeded in getting my learner's permit. I passed the test. I just have to pick it up. And then I'm going to do the real test and get my actual driver's license. That shouldn't be too much of a threat. I have a friend who owns a driving school in Chandler, so I'll take the test from his place. I have a pretty good feeling about this. It should be easy. At least I hope it is. What else? Oh man, oh man! And if I had a job where I could I travel around the world, and get paid to do it, that would be so much fun. That would be so much fun. I can imagine that being cool. If it was for like different reasons. Or being able to do street performing. That's something I really want to do. Like I just want to take my bass, my amp, and a tip jar and play out in public. I always thought that would be something cool, and I'm sure I could get that one up and running. And I would just need like a license to do it. I can get it from the city of Scottsdale or Phoenix. I'm trying to think of different places in Scottsdale where I can do street performing. I suppose I can do it. I can do it in like Old Town Scottsdale. I think Old Town is like the premier or place to do it. I can see that working. Let's. And of course, you need a tip jar, because it's not fun unless you have the tip jar. That's one thing you definitely need. Let's see. Let's see. What else? Of course, people who watch my YouTube channel would know, among the many interests I have, one of them is life safety systems. My most unusual interest. And when I say life safety systems, I mostly talk about fire alarms and such and stuff like that. That's why I have dreamt of doing fire alarm inspections, like being able to test the systems. It's just a shame I've never been able to conduct a drill. If that was something and I was able to do, even if it was just once in my life, I would be all over that. I would be all over that. I know not everyone gets to do that in their life. People who get to who conduct fire drills and such, they get special permission. That's what a lot of the YouTubers who specialize in that stuff do on their YouTube channel. They ask for special permission to conduct it. Maybe yeah, also. Oh, I'm also a big food lover, and I would love to travel around and taste test new foods, or even better, open a food truck, family owned. I got that idea from a movie called Chef, where where a chef who who quits his job in a restaurant and opens a food truck specialized in sandwiches. They opened with his sous chef and his son, and eventually his wife. That just sounds like a very fun time getting to have your own food truck. Another thing I want to accomplish is having my own apartment, which I am also in the process of succeeding at. And I have a roommate all picked out. My best friend who's currently living at an apartment in Phoenix. I'm gonna have her as my roommate because she told me she honestly wants to move out of that apartment. So, I think she'd make a roommate as I can keep a close eye on her. Plus, she really wants to be in Scottsdale, so she could have a better surrounding, a better place to live, and being close to baseball because he plays Miracle League with me. Speaking of baseball, another thing I want to hopefully accomplish someday is play a organ at a baseball game. Like I'm talking about Miracle League. I want to bring my little Yamaha Reface organ into Miracle League and play it during a game. That would be an amazing experience, and if Miracle League would let me do that at just once in my life. I don't know if that will ever happen, but God knows. You never know. You never know. All right, give me a second while I think if there's anything else. Gosh, what else? Another thing from the music category is hopefully in creating my own band. Even if it was just a family band. I wouldn't have had that idea if it wasn't and for my friends, the Partridge Family. Anyone who watches the Partridge Family, which I'm sure almost everyone has ever seen in the Partridge Family because it's one of the best musical shows on the planet. And the Partridge Family is just incredible. Keith, Shirley, Danny, Chris, Tracy, and Lori. I've always been a Danny Partridge because of my use of the bass. My dad, he's basically Keith, because my dad plays guitar. For my mom, that's a hard one, but I feel like Mom is more of a Tracy, who was the percussion girl. So, I don't have a Chris or a Lori. I could see us having a family band. If only that was possible.
Press the button right here. So, take that down. Come right over here.
Okay, I think that's pretty much No! No! Oh, no. No! Oh, I am absolutely joking with you. I almost forgot about one of my biggest dreams. Being a actor. I've always had like a knack for being an actor. I already have a little popularity from my YouTube channel, but most people say that is not enough. If you want to be like an actor or something, you're definitely gonna need some experience with like theater, and I've done three plays.
All right, the scoop was successful.
I've done Shrek the Musical, I've done High School Musical, and I've done The Wizard of Oz. Wizard of Oz was my most successful because I got to portray the role as a Tin Man. And that summer I traveled down to LA and I visited Jack Haley's grave and I thanked him for my chance. Let's see. These days, the closest I could ever get to being like an actor is like reading off scripts from movies. I just like follow the actor's lead as they do their line.
Oh. Shoot. Shoot, I almost had that.
I'm also good at voice impression. Like I can do E.T., I can do Mater from the movie Cars, and I can do Bruce from Finding Nemo. Another one I can do is Wall-E. Here, allow me to show you the four I just mentioned. So, the way I do E.T. is like pitch my voice to where my voice is a little bit raspy, where I was like, E.T. phone home.
Yeah. What the heck are you doing?
For Mater, I pitch my voice to where I sound southern, like Larry the Cable Guy. Be like, shoot, you're in Radiator Springs, the key of this little town in Carburetor County. Bruce from Finding Nemo, that one's like a touch bit deep, like be like, why trust a shark, right? Then Wall-E. This one's interesting. I don't know how I do it, but Wall-E's like, Wall-E, Eva. wish I could and do like movie or show alongside
Before we get that,
alongside actual celebrities. Like, I'm not afraid to meet a celebrity. I can keep my cool. Or being a talk show host, get into you know interview celebrities, kind of like Conan and David Letterman, Jimmy Fallon. They do all kinds of cool things on their show. They even have bands that perform on their show. I've seen on Conan, and he had the Smithereens on their show once, when they performed Blood and Roses. They play games on the air with celebrities. It's all kind of fun. They do skits. One of my favorite skits was on Jimmy Fallon when he did a skit with the Saved by the Bell cast. He brought in Zach Slater, Mr. Belding, Jesse, and Kelly. It was a good time.
this is going to be the news one. I have to boss fight this villain.
All right, now I think that's everything I have to say. No, oh no! I have another one.
I hope that
I have one more.
on.
My last one is getting to play on a professional baseball team. Like, I signing up to be a part of the Chicago Cubs. I'm pretty much old enough to join the Cubs. You have to be 18 years or older, and I'm 27. And so, Chicago Cubs, if you're watching this, sign me up. All right, now that's everything. I hope you enjoyed this. Peace out.